Every year, over 1 million foreigners fly here, not for holidays, but for hospitals. In 2023, Malaysia's healthcare tourism brought in 2.25 billion ringgit, and by 2024 it hit 2.72 billion ringgit, making healthcare one of our biggest hidden exports. The biggest group is Indonesians. Nearly 700,000 Indonesians came here for treatment, more than all the other countries combined. And in Penang, some hospitals earn most of their medical revenue from Indonesian patients. Other medical tourists come from Singapore, China, the Middle East, and even Australia. And they come here not just for price, but for trust and comfort. Indonesians tend to believe our doctors more than their own, and Singaporeans cross the border for dental and IVF at half the cost. Patients from the Middle East choose Malaysia because hospitals here are halal friendly and English speaking. And it also helps that families can recover in Penang, Langkawi or KL while turning treatment into a family holiday. And maybe that's why Malaysia was crowned Destination of the Year at the International Medical Travel Journal Awards, and that puts us ahead of Singapore, Thailand and India. So to the world, Malaysia isn't just food and beaches. We're actually their hospital, and a multi-billion ringgit export is hiding in plain sight.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Selamat datang ke AMI Story. Tahukah Anda bahwa Malaysia kini semakin mendapat perhatian dunia sebagai antara destinasi rawatan kesehatan terbaik, khususnya bagi pelancong perubatan dan pesakit antarabangsa? Dengan gabungan kos rawatan yang berpatutan, kemudahan hospital moden, serta tenaga perubatan yang profesional, Malaysia berjaya menarik jutaan pesakit dari seluruh dunia. Namun, adakah kejayaan ini benar-benar mencerminkan kekuatan sistem kesehatan negara? Mari kita kupas bersama dalam video ini.
Malaysia is home to Asia's largest private healthcare group, and most Malaysians have never heard of it. IHH Healthcare is headquartered in Kuala Lumpur. It operates over 80 hospitals across 10 countries, with more than 70,000 employees. Revenue in 2025 hit 25.7 billion ringgit. To put that in perspective, that's larger than many countries' entire healthcare budgets. You already know its hospitals: Gleneagles, Pantai, Prince Court, and now Island Hospital in Penang, acquired for 3.92 billion ringgit in late 2024. 18 hospitals in Malaysia alone. But the empire extends to Turkey, India, Singapore, Hong Kong, and beyond, serving millions of patients across Asia and the Middle East. Here's the part most Malaysians miss entirely. Khazanah Nasional holds 25.9% of IHH EPF, holds another 11 to 12%. That means every Malaysian contributing to their EPF account is part owner of hospitals in Istanbul, Mumbai, and Singapore, not just Bangsar or Ampang. A KL-born company quietly became the biggest private hospital group on the continent, and the Malaysian public is literally funding its global expansion through their retirement savings. We built this. We just forgot to notice. Follow SEA Media, Malaysia's #1 business page.
My medical bills in the US would have been up to $5,000 for this, and you'll never guess how much it cost me in Malaysia. I had multiple dermatology consultations, I had a laser treatment on my face, I had a mole removal, I had a skin tag removal, and I also had multiple prescriptions. Then I visited the dentist where I had a routine cleaning and checkup, I had a new retainer made, and I had teeth whitening done. The quality of care was just as good as any highly developed country, but the service was even better. And my total for this came out to just about $650.
I love hospitals in Malaysia. Well, yes, I've only had experience with private hospitals in Kuala Lumpur, but still I'm impressed. Today my husband and I returned to Pantai Hospital for his post-surgical checkup. We arrived 4:30 p.m. and were asked to wait. 20 minutes later, his surgeon invited him to evaluate his recovery. It went really smoothly. Doc took her time to answer all of our questions. We were expecting to pay around 115 ringgit for the checkup, but surprisingly, they only charged us 10 ringgit for a registration fee. I'm impressed by service, our doctor's expertise, and the quality of healthcare provided by hospitals in Malaysia.
I really did not want to do this because I don't like doctors, but he convinced me. Let's hope I'm not dying.
We're getting a health screening done here at Sunway Medical Center.
In the US, this would cost how much?
$5,000.
Bob would agree. You know.
Vision.
Well, I just got my eyes done, and my eyesight is not best. Just got blood work done, and I'm off to the US. Ready for the chest. Oh, the heart? Okay. I was supposed to get a pap smear and a urine sample done, but they just told me that I can't do it because of the day of my cycle. What's that? Shake. Just got done doing the ultrasound. They did an ultrasound of my breasts and of my pelvic area. My ovaries look good, breast looks good, so there's no lumps or bumps.
Yes!
We just got done.
It was cheaper than advertised. Mine was $156 and yours was $186.
Now we got little coffee vouchers, so we're gonna go get some food because we eat fast all morning, and I'm starving. The overall experience, 10 out of 10.
If you think healthcare in the West is automatically better, you need to see this. I had my tonsils removed at one of the top private hospitals in Kuala Lumpur as a foreigner, and the experience genuinely shocked me. They got me straight in for the specialist consultation. No waiting. The doctor got straight on the phone to the operating theatre during the appointment. I had a confirmed surgery within 4 days. No months of waiting. Arrived, private room, multiple nights in the hospital, nurses checking on me constantly. I wasn't discharged until I could properly eat, and the food was great. I'm here by myself, so that level of aftercare really makes a difference. I had direct WhatsApp access to the Premier team even after I went home. If anything felt off, I could message real people. This peace of mind was huge. And when you compare this to private options back home, it's competitive, but honestly, it wasn't even about the price. It was about efficiency, experience, speed, and frankly, results. Full videos on my YouTube channel if you want the breakdown. Would you consider doing something like this?
You won't believe how much it costs to go to the doctor in Malaysia. My girlfriend was feeling terrible, so I took her to the best rated clinic I could find, which wasn't saying a lot. It didn't look that impressive. The schedule was entirely booked, but Malaysian people are super nice and they made time just for us. People had complained about the price, and when I went to pay, they gave us 4 different prescriptions, including for reduced swollen and painkiller. I couldn't believe everything in total was only $12. I guess having a Russian girlfriend isn't always expensive.
I thought I was getting a routine health screening, but one thing changed the rest of my week. While I was in Sabah, MHTC connected me with KPJ Sabah for a comprehensive health screening. Honestly, I thought it'd be pretty straightforward. I was wrong. One test became another. Heart monitoring, blood work, body composition analysis, and conversations about numbers I hadn't paid much attention to before. Before I left, they asked me to monitor my blood pressure every day until my follow-up. I also had the chance to meet the team behind the hospital and learn more about healthcare in Malaysia. Thank you to KPJ Sabah and MHTC for the experience.
KPJ Sabah.
I'll share what I learned when the results come back.
Here in Malaysia, there's this thing called universal healthcare. What? What do you mean by that? Man, I mean, if it's people, if the people in this country, the people of this country get sick, they can go to the hospital and get treated for damn near free. I say damn near free. My wife paid 1 ringgit. At the time, that was probably about 35, 40 cents. 40 cents for my ER visit. I went to the emergency room for the stupid leg of mine. I have a disability from the Air Force, a military disability with a stupid leg, and it had a flare up again, an infection. I had to go to the ER, and during my ER visit, I've noticed something very, very, very interesting. I was going to go to Glen Eagles, which is a private hospital, first class, first service private hospital, like I've done in the past. Or I was going to go to Prince Court, also top-notch hospital, which expats typically, we go to these hospitals because that's what we're familiar with, and we don't really know the local hospital system.
Kejayaan Malaysia dalam bidang pelancongan kesehatan sememangnya sesuatu yang membanggakan. Ramai pesakit luar negara memilih Malaysia karena kualiti rawatan yang tinggi dan masa menunggu yang lebih singkat berbanding sesetengah negara maju. Namun begitu, di sebalik pencapaian ini, kita juga perlu menghargai pengorbanan dokter, juru rawat, dan petugas kesehatan yang menjadi tulang belakang sistem ini. Kerajaan, pihak industri, dan masyarakat perlu bekerja sama memastikan kebajikan mereka terus dipelihara agar mutu perkhidmatan kesehatan dapat dikekalkan untuk generasi akan datang.
Malaysia sekarang diakui sebagai destinasi medical tourism nomor 1 dunia. Bayangin aja, setiap tahun lebih dari 500.000 pasien dari luar negeri datang untuk berobat ke sana, terutama dari Asia. Kenapa bisa serami itu? Karena fasilitas kesehatannya modern banget. Salah satu contohnya adalah Prince Court Medical Center yang terkenal karena layanannya mulai dari IVF sampai perawatan luka bakar. Kualitas medisnya tinggi, tapi biayanya justru jauh lebih terjangkau dibanding negara lain, misalnya Singapura.
I've been to the emergency room 3 times in the last 2 weeks here in Kuala Lumpur, and it has been such a different experience than being in the US, so let's talk about it. So for a little backstory, we went to the emergency room for an allergic reaction, 2 kids had pink eye, and there was an ear infection. There isn't an urgent care like there is in the States, you just go to the hospital. There are some major differences compared to the States. So first of all, when we arrived, we didn't have to fill out any paperwork. Triage was super quick, and it was located in the waiting room behind this little window. When it was time for us to go back to see the doctor was already waiting for us in the room. So usually in the US, you have to sit there for another 30 minutes before the doctor even comes in. The doctors were so gentle but straight to the point. It took like 5 to 10 minutes before they were able to give us a diagnosis and give us our prescription. So the pharmacy was in the waiting room, which is so different than the States because you could just walk out with your prescription. Between the 3 appointments, we spent anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Each prescription was between $60 to $80 before insurance. Overall, the healthcare was phenomenal.
This didn't feel like a hospital. It felt like business class. I got my tonsils removed at Prince Court, one of Malaysia's top private hospitals. As soon as I walked in, I was taken to an amazing private lounge. Coffee, tea, quiet rooms, and unbelievably good cookies. No chaos, no long queues. As an international patient, I even had my own team. They coordinated everything. Documents, timing, appointments, payments. I even had WhatsApp access to real humans 24/7. That level of service changes the entire experience for the better. After the operation, I had a guaranteed private room with prime views of the KL Twin Towers. Nurses checking on me constantly. And I wasn't discharged until I could eat properly. And the food was amazing. That's real aftercare. Frankly, this is what premium healthcare in Malaysia really looks like. I documented the full experience with Prince Court from consultation, operation to recovery. It's on my YouTube channel if you want the full breakdown.
I was shocked by hospitals in Malaysia. I checked out a few of the best hospitals in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I was surprised at how world-class yet affordable they are. First of all, it was extremely convenient that everybody could speak fluent English and answer all of our questions quickly. My husband injured his hand and needed to get a consultation with a specialist. We just showed up at the hospital and the orthopedic specialist was available the same day, for which we paid $40 for an appointment. It went really smoothly. The doc took their time to explain everything to us without rushing it. Because of how nice the experience was, my husband decided to have a small surgical procedure done on his hand, and again the whole process was efficient, but the doc did an amazing job. The surgery cost around $2,000. Not cheap, but way cheaper than the $10,000 to $15,000 he would have paid in the States.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I'm an American staying in Malaysia with my family of 6, and today was our first experience with the healthcare systems here in Malaysia. Let's talk about it. So we had to take our 11-month-old son to the doctor today because we suspected that he had an ear infection. We obviously don't have an established pediatrician yet, so I started by just sending messages on WhatsApp to local pediatricians and clinics to see who was available to fit him in. Within an hour or so, we were able to find a pediatrician who was willing to see him, and so I went over to the hospital where the clinic was located and was able to meet with the doctor pretty much immediately. The hospital itself was very similar to hospitals in America, very clean, very large, definitely seemed encompassing, like it had everything you could possibly need all in one place, which was very helpful. So we went and met with the pediatrician. He looked at my son and determined that he did in fact have an ear infection as well as a respiratory infection, and he needed to refer him to the ENT to get his ears cleaned and to get prescriptions for ear drops, in addition to the prescriptions that the pediatrician was ordering for the respiratory infection and some acetaminophen for fevers. So the pediatrician sent him the referral to the ENT, who was able to see us also immediately. So we went downstairs to that clinic that was in the same hospital and was able to see the ENT within maybe 3 minutes of waiting. It's pretty unheard of to just text doctors in the United States and get a doctor, especially a pediatrician or an ENT specialist, to see you same day. That's not something that you would typically experience in the United States, regardless of if you had health insurance or not. The other really convenient thing is that the prescriptions were available in the same place that I already was. There was a pharmacy located at that same hospital, and by the time I made it to the pharmacy counter, they were already expecting me, had all of the medication ready to go, and explained it all over with me. The thing about this experience that was particularly different than going to a doctor's office in the United States was the amount of paperwork. From the moment I got to the hospital to the moment I left, I did not personally fill out a single piece of paper. I didn't sign anything. I did give our passport and our phone number and the address of where we were staying, but that was it. And then when I met with the pediatrician, he asked a couple of questions about like his medical history, but there was definitely no 20-page lengthy medical history form or 8,000 disclosures that you have to sign about all of the things you have to sign when you go to a pediatrician in America. So let's talk about the cost. We chose to do self-pay even though we have international health insurance because the insurance plan that we have is really for like emergencies and larger medical expenses. So we decided to just pay out of pocket for this. And here is a breakdown of what we spent. The pediatrician consultation fee was 180 ringgits, which is about $45 US. The ENT consultation was 95 ringgits. The procedure fee, and that's the procedure where they cleaned his ears, was 105 ringgits, so that's 200 ringgits total, and that's about $50 US. They also charged equipment consumables. I'm assuming that's going to be like the tongue depressor thing and like the things that they use to check your ears, the things that they have to throw away that are one-time use. And that fee was 150 ringgits, which is a little bit more than I expected, but still nothing compared to the prices you'd be charged in the United States. With the 3 medications that we got, which were a total of 141 ringgits, it brought our grand total to 671 ringgits. To put this into context for my Malaysian friends, in the United States, an ENT consultation visit, if you were a self-pay patient, would be probably a minimum of $150, which is 600 ringgits by itself. And that's not including the procedure, that's not including the equipment cost, that's not including any medication, that's not including the pediatrician visit. That would be pretty much what you're spending for just getting in the door with that ENT, which again would not be minutes after the doctor called for a referral. You would have to wait. It would be very unlikely that at 4:45, when the ENT doctor is closing at 5, that they would fit you in the same day in the United States. So overall, we were very pleased with the quality of the medical care and of course the cost of the medical care at a private hospital here in Malaysia without any insurance.
Sebagai penutup, kejayaan sesebuah sistem kesehatan bukan hanya diukur melalui jumlah pelancong perubatan atau pengiktirafan antarabangsa, tetapi juga melalui kesejahteraan rakyat dan tenaga kerja kesehatan yang berkhidmat setiap hari. Marilah kita sama-sama menghargai jasa petugas kesehatan dan menyokong usaha memperkukuhkan sistem kesehatan negara. Jika Anda bersetuju bahwa kesehatan adalah aset paling berharga, kongsikan video ini kepada keluarga dan rakan-rakan. Jangan lupa tekan like, subscribe, dan aktifkan lonceng notifikasi untuk lebih banyak perkongsian menarik di AMI Story. Terima kasih karena menonton dan jumpa lagi dalam video seterusnya.